Hallo Leute, willkommen zurück zu Danganronpa Another. Wir sind im Case 2 und zwar im Class Trial und es geht gleich los mit der Diskussion. Das haben wir schon gehabt. Ich mache weiter, bis ich da, wo ich rein wollte. Das war genau genommen hier gleich. Okay. Ich hatte mal bis dahin. So, hier waren wir in der Non-Stop Debate. Warum nicht? A non-stop debate is the part which points out the contradictions of the remarks made by your classmates, and you have point out during the remarks the contradictions within yellow colored words using your tooth bullets. When you press the action button, a tooth bullet is fired in the direction of the target's aim. You can change the load tooth bullet with shift key. Of course, you will need to shoot the correct step in order to continue. Pick the wrong one, you know the ordeal. Have fun. Also, quick note, by tapping the lower right corner arrow, you can skip faster. Oh, stimmt, da war was. Okay, lass uns beginnen mit was sind unsere Tooth Bullets. Wir haben Stomach Wound und Kurokawas Testimony. Oh, was ist noch Kurokawas Testimony? Oh Gott. What clues does Tomori's body have? Oh, ich habe kein Wackeln mehr.
I don't remember well. The knife was on the neck.
Stomach Wound.
Also the whole body was with blood all over. It was terrible. Satsuki was vomiting for a while.
She was dead. Is this relevant?
Other than that, can't you think of something more essential?
It was written on the Monokuma file about what Tomori died of, and he gave me a clue that supports the evidence. Oh, doch. Oh, hallo! Was ist damit gewohnt? Okay. The knife was on the neck, das stimmt.
Also, the whole body was with blood.
Ist falsch? Nee, ist korrekt.
No, it doesn't seem like that. Something makes the idea to be wrong.
Was wird... Ich weiß! Oh boah, was denn? Wie kann ich mal die... Kann ich auch die Clues angucken? Mal wie es geht. Ja. Ich hätte mir vielleicht die Tooth Bulls mal angucken sollen. Kurokawa, was hat Kurokawa gesagt? Oh Gott, ich meine, ist wahrscheinlich das hier, ne? Ist dann doch das hier? Ich verliere gerade. Ich meine, ich wollte verlieren. Ich wollte zeigen, wie es aussieht, wie ich verliere. Ich wollte es mal zeigen, natürlich.
I can't go anymore. Wait, did I go wrong?
Would you like to try again the current phase? Yes. Yes. Och nein. Ich dreh durch. Gut, dann bis gleich. So, jetzt sind wir erneut hier. Endlich. Hat lange genug gedauert. Also, ich Stomach Wound sagt nur, dass es eine Wunde im Bauch gab und Kurokawas Testimony war, dass das Messer aus der Küche kommt. Ich weiß nicht, wie es wichtig sein könnte. Das bringt ja nichts, ne? Doch! Ist doch the knife! Warum widerspreche ich da? Warum widerspreche ich da? Das verstehe ich nicht. Okay.
Tyra, wait a second. The weapon that stabbed Tomori was not a simple knife. It was a kitchen knife.
Achso, weil sie einfach nur besser gesagt hat.
Huh? Kitchen knife?
Right. It's even clearly stated in the Monokuma file. The definitive cause of death is a cut to the esophagus caused by a knife.
Right. Sorry, I can't remember well. But the kitchen knives are only in the kitchen. Is there any evidence the culprit brought it?
There is. Because Kurokawa saw that the knife disappeared from the kitchen right after the incident. Right, Kurokawa?
Yes.
Too slow response.
So the killer brought the kitchen knife out of the kitchen.
I guess it disappeared from the kitchen.
But that's a little weird. The killer used the kitchen knife. There's a contradiction.
What are you talking about? Oh wait, I think I know. Is that why Tyra speaking up? Clear then. The time of the crime, Tyra should know that it was contradictory for the killer to take the kitchen knife from there. The reason is, sie war in der Küche. Sie war in der Küche nämlich. Da. Sie war in der Küche, hat gekocht. Die einzige, die da war, glaube ich mal... Hatano war mal da. Deswegen ist es komisch für sie. Tyra, that contradiction is because you were in the kitchen at night time, right?
Yes, right. That's it, Maida-kun.
What? But what does it mean? Mekaru, didn't you say you were gonna help Metal?
I said I wouldn't help, but I didn't say I would not raise a question, asshole.
Yikes! Tyra told me. She was cooking in the kitchen near the end of the night shift. Nighttime. Cooking?
Yeah, I'm sure because I remember that. I accidentally splashed oil on my clothes and wiped them in the bathroom. Oh, that happened! Wait. If Tyra was still in the kitchen at that point, how did the culprit take the knife from the kitchen without bumping into her?
Ich meine, sie war kurz im Badezimmer anscheinend. Also, that's weird. Tyra said it was around nighttime, but Tomori's death was at 9:30 written in the Monokuma file. Tyra, I'm asking just in case. You're the last person in that area. Did you put all the knives in the place before you left the kitchen?
Yes, I used it when I was cooking myself, so I remember for sure.
Wait, what? When the knife was used in the crime, Tyra, if you checked all the knives in the kitchen, it doesn't make sense.
That's why it's called a contradiction.
If you think about it, do you think it's not a kitchen knife then? No. There were only kitchen knives in the kitchen. The second floor was open, and I've been searching all places ever since.
But when everyone started investigating, didn't Kurokawa say she saw the kitchen knife disappear? The knife used as a weapon. Kitchen. That's correct.
Which one is it?
Kinjo, don't you know?
Sure, it's a contradiction. You don't even have to think about the ridiculous story of using another knife out of nowhere. Kinjo reached the limit. Now we're all finishy. But there's only one way to solve this problem.
Really? How?
Wenn Tyra die Schuldige ist. Very simple, in fact. Tyra, you are lying right now.
What? Huh?
Wait, why is it this way?
Isn't it obvious? The Monokuma file doesn't lie. The time of death is sure to be 9:30. Also, the kitchen knife is only in the kitchen. Therefore, the order of events, the kitchen knife being taken from the kitchen killed Kizuna Tomori, is established. These two facts can be proven with certainty. But what does Akane Tyra mean? What proves that a woman was cooking in the kitchen? Now, wait a minute. What are you trying to say?
Tyra, I'm in doubt. Were you together with someone? Yes or no?
I was alone.
I can't believe someone without witnesses. Anyone can use it as if it's just a talkative alibi.
Oh no, wait a minute. Why is the room like this all of a sudden? I was really in the kitchen, guys.
But if Tyra's words are true, it would never make sense.
Tyra, did you lie?
Why did you lie? Don't tell me.
Tyra's the culprit! Why am I the culprit? What reason is there for me to kill Kizuna-chan? There's nothing.
I got it. She kept ignoring your persuasions and invitations. Did you bear a grudge?
Funny, really. Kizuna-chan granted a lot, but in the end she accepted us. The murder happened after that.
I concede that you may not be the killer. Still, to say you were in the kitchen would be a lie. So why are you lying like that?
No, it's not a lie.
Tyra,
tell me honestly. I want to believe you, that you're not the culprit. But then Tara's really lying to us.
Oh, Ayame? Okay, was ist denn los?
Wait, I can tolerate Akane being the culprit without corroboration first. But I'm not trying to blame them. It doesn't make any sense if Tara's words were true. No, there's a case where Akane's words can be proven to be true though. True enough. What? It seems you haven't realized, since you don't... Let me show you. In fact, the fact that Akane never lied.
Okay. Ich bin gespannt. From now on, the counter-argument showdown will take place. Yes. Counter-argument showdown is a debate against a person who has objections to the player's opinion. The disagreeing character continues to speak out and presses their adversary. Player can break the opponent's words by pressing the decision key, and the words with the yellow letters can be rejected by pressing the shift key using the selected tooth knife. Also, you can change the tooth knife, like changing a tooth bullet, with the left and right arrow keys. Elementary, it's like a non-stop debate with knives. Shift key is useless for white text, and when the decision key is pressed, the words are cut in the order the opponent set them. Be careful! Also, if you dispute the wrong yellow text, your HP will reduce. And if you fail to cut the text that comes to the players, your speech power will be reduced by 1. When your speaking power is 0, your speech will be reduced. Please pay in mind these while shooting your arguing. Okay. Counter-argument showdown. Mal schauen. Broken window, Kinjo's testimony, blood braces. Blood traces.
If Akane's words are true, then the boy died and the knife was in the kitchen. Then it's simple. As soon as the killer they put the knife back in the kitchen. Time of death is 9:30 p.m.
Ach so.
You can use the knife before that. There's no explanation to this.
Okay.
No, there's still a contradiction. Did you forget? Tomoe's fatal injury, it was to be true. Meaning it's not hard to think death was not instant. In other words, the time of Tomoe's death is almost consistent with the timing using the knife. You don't know that. In fact, that even such a death, the problem is solved the rest.
Okay.
After Akane left the kitchen, the culprit returned to the power room with the knife and stabbed Tomoe's body. Even if Akane's words are true, I have to respond somehow.
Okay.
Tyra left the kitchen when she went to the bathroom to wash her hands. So that Tyra must have heard the body discovery, the announcement, and go to the power room. After Tyra left the kitchen, did she pick up the knife and return from the power room to the kitchen? Think carefully. Obviously, Atano's argument has contradictions. I got this.
Okay.
Yeah, it's simple. So as I killed Tomorrow, put the knife into the kitchen.
Hm. Das ist korrekt. Du kannst auch nicht. Blood Traces, das sind die Fußabdrücke, ne? Ich habe Kinjo's Testimony, dass jemand hinten war. Dass das Glas zersplittert ist. Vielleicht Blood Traces?
No, not that. That's time of death. There was nobody but
Rest. Okay, mal gucken. Oh. War das falsch? Ja, ist falsch. Okay. Mist. Okay. Ja. You can't use a knife before that, das ist korrekt. Okay. There's still a contradiction. Ja, es gibt noch Probleme. Tomoe's fatal injury was the cut to the throat. Death was instant. Ja, stimmt leider.
You don't know that. Time of death, no, the two differences. Of the rest.
Haha! Das ist nicht möglich! Das ist gar nicht wahr! Das kann nicht sein! Du hast gelogen! Hahaha! Ich weiß nicht warum, aber es ist nie gelogen. Muhahaha. Nein, ich glaube, ich weiß warum tatsächlich.
Atano, I'm sorry, but there's a contradiction in the logic. What are you talking about? Isn't it possible to commit a crime while proving Akane's words? Atano, you mean the killer is taking a knife out of the kitchen right after Tyra leaves the kitchen to wash her clothes? And they went straight to the power room and put the knife back into Mo's body? Yeah. If you move quickly, it's quite possible in less than 3 minutes from the kitchen to the power room. Fast isn't the problem. Did you forget, Atano? By the time nighttime began, you guys were putting off a fire in the power room.
Stimmt.
Oh.
Da kann keiner reingehen.
Tano, Kinjo, Mikado, Uhara. The 4 people are in the power room and walk in with an object that stands out like a kitchen knife. It cannot be missed or even hidden in plain sight. In other words, even if someone secretly managed to pull the knife out of the kitchen while Akane is out, it's absolutely impossible to enter inside the control room and stab the knife on the body. I can't.
Thanks for the explanation, Maeda. Thanks to you, it saved us trouble. Like Maeda said. Atano, I understand that you're a close friend of Tyra. Unfortunately, if Tyra's words were true, it would be an absolute contradiction to appear in her testimony.
Akane, speak up your mind. Did you lie? Can I say one more important detail in this? When the current body discovery announcement showed up, the 4 of us who put off the fire and the 6th in the student dormitory confirmed each other. There's an alibi for us. But Akane, Tyra, and Mikako Kurokawa, you two have no alibi. Well, this much has been proven thus far. Tyra really killed Tomori. No, I'm not the real killer. Tyra? Really? The kitchen knife thing, I really don't know. Maybe I'm mistaken. I'm not really the culprit. I didn't kill Kizuna-chan. Akane. Really? Can I trust you? But how do you explain that when you don't have an alibi? If you don't have it, means either Tyra or Kurokawa are the culprit. You are the most potential suspect in every way. Is it so weird to cook alone and go to the bathroom? I just happen to be alone.
Tyra, tell the truth, and if you're not guilty, prove your innocence! Ist das nicht andersrum eigentlich? Prove you're guilty, innocent until proven guilty oder so? Keine Ahnung. Im Zweifel für die Angeklagten.
Is Tyra really the culprit? Certainly. Even without an alibi, there's 1 or 2 places to doubt. But was Tyra really with Tomori? No, can't just doubt it yet. Not until all riddles are solved. I have to think what's been missing in the entire premise this far.
Okay, mal gucken. Was beweist uns, dass Tyra nicht bei Tomori war? Teruya's testimony burned fuse line glass shards. Teruya. Dass Sachen fehlten aus der... Stimmt, dass Sachen aus dem Ding fehlten. Aus dem Lockerroom.
Tyra is
the Chinese culprit? Okay.
I'm not Chinese. Akane doesn't have an alibi since when? Kamishikawa and I say 8:30 p.m. That's what I think. Then there's no alibi for about 1 hour and 30 minutes with the witness missing. That'd be enough time to kill a person and for the fire. I did not.
Oh, upsie, ich habe zu viel das Ding gedrückt.
I did not. What was the fire for? There were a lot of confusing things at the scene. Lighters and flashlights, fuse lines, etc. Tyra doesn't have an alibi. She would have been able to obtain them, wouldn't she?
Nein. Hätte sie nicht geschafft, glaube ich. Weil... Er hat doch gesehen, wann die gefehlt haben, oder nicht? Von der Zeit her. Falls ich das richtig im Kopf habe gerade. Ich bin ganz sicher.
Wait, Kushikawa, that's impossible.
Huh? What? You mean about Tyra procuring the tools used in the crime? Yes. Tyra has no alibi for the time being. Can't deny that. Bringing the tools, however, there sure is one. Oh, you seem certain about that alibi. I want to hear this. The reason I know this is because of the fact that somebody told me. Right, Tori?
Huh?
Tori knew it. The lighter and fuse disappeared during the nighttime.
Gone? From where?
My guess would be the antique shop again. Tori mentioned that he went to the antique store every day after Marky's incident. The antique store was filled with most of the items. Then after nighttime, on the second day, the things used in this case suddenly disappeared, as mentioned by Tori.
Oh, that's it. That's right. I did check them.
So, are you saying the killer took the tools during nighttime on the second day?
That would be the case. Unless Tori is lying.
No lie. It's true.
Hey, the second day of Tori was almost 2 days ago. Why didn't you talk back then? And what kind of scheme was made when Wakari was? When Marky was.
I'm sorry. At that time, I wasn't able to figure out things properly. Could have been my own mind playing tricks, so I wasn't really sure about it.
Well, if you're sure the tools were gone then, the killer took the tools in the middle of the night, on the second day. That is what happened so far, if I understand this correctly. May I ask why does it become Tyra's alibi? Why Tori's testimony became Tyra's alibi? It's because Tyra can't go to the antique store on that night. Haben wir sie nicht gesehen mit... Haben wir sie nicht mit Mikako gesehen? Right. O'Hara probably doesn't know about the three who went with Kinjo. Only the rest knows. So we know Tyra can't go to the antique store during the night. And the reason is... because of the late night rule. Stimmt! The late night rule. Why Tyra couldn't bring the tools at night? That is because of the nighttime rule, of course. Nighttime rule?
Wait, what?
If it's the nighttime rule, that's what Kinjo decided, right? Do not come out of your rooms late at night after 10.
When did you decide that?
Mikaro and O'Hara have no choice but to know now, because the group decided when you were not there. Oh, wait, that's it! They don't come out of the room at night! This means that all of the rest, meaning Mikaro and O'Hara, who were on their own, could have come out after nighttime. Yes, in other words, Tyra was also in the time frame alibi during nighttime. Ja, keiner kann's beweisen.
Yeah, I never came out of my room at night.
Oh, wait a minute. That's no alibi at all.
Ich wollte sagen, keiner kann's beweisen. Huh?
That nighttime rule isn't a rule set by Monokuma, is it? Isn't it? So what makes you think it's a genuine rule? You didn't even get killed from breaking it, and no evidence if you did, correct?
That's...
I'm sorry.
But I think the same thing. Even if Tyra followed the rules faithfully, it's no different from before without evidence.
Huh?
Does that mean...
No. With that rule, Tyra's alibi could be enough.
Kinjo-kun.
Oh? What is it now? Until now, you've been pushing Akane Tyra, but your defense this time. Don't tell me you're going to accept your own rules now, because that's a self-made rule.
Surely not. I know the laxity this rule has.
It's lax?
Of course. As Mikaro said, it wasn't a formal rule, and it was decided by ourselves. There's no problem with breaking it. What? Break it? Is it actually helping a culprit? Oh no. Kinjo! Did you suggest such thing even though you knew this would happen? Sorry, I kept this a secret from you guys. Actually, I did some work on your private rooms.
Work?
Indeed. Every night at a time, I put a thin thread on the door of your private rooms.
Thread?
What does it mean then?
fact, it is passed so it passes between the wall, connecting the door and the door frame. If you do this, the tape will break when the door is opened, and the thread will break as well. Als Test, ob die Tür aufgemacht wurde.
Ah, so if the thread is broken, it would sound like someone has opened the door.
No. I'm watching at night every day this way. As the night time starts, I put a new thread on. And I got up earlier than anyone else. In the morning to check if any of the threads were cut. So I can guarantee you, Tyra has never been out of the room in a single night past 10 p.m.
Oh. Did you do that? Do you know who exactly left their room on the night the tools were gone?
No, unfortunately. I didn't find out.
What do you mean you couldn't figure it out? You mean you couldn't confirm that the thread was broken?
No. It's because no one has broken the thread. What? That means... I mean, no one left the room at night on the second day? To be precise. The rest except Mikaru, Orihara, and Tomori. Because those three were an exception. Then that means that it was one of the three that was able to use the tools at that time. However, Tomori is already dead, so either Mikaru or Orihara are the culprit.
Don't make such rash judgments. I swear, I didn't commit a murder.
Now, wait a minute, Kinjo. What does it mean for us to have a thread on the door as a secret?
What do you mean? I explained it was a device to check if you were out of your room.
Not like that. It's as if you couldn't trust us at all. I mean, you were spying on us without saying a word.
I was right, Kinjo. You don't believe in us, don't you? It is not my reality to believe or not believe. This is just my nature, my own personality. I'm basically always suspicious of everyone. Other than me. Why is that your nature? What's with the expression of disapproval? I proved Tyra's alibi thanks to the threat on this door, right? Reason itself, it's impossible. Unless you're basically suspicious of others.
Kinjo-kun, you really... Stop it! Why do you keep trying to fight? This isn't the time right now. Why are we doing this? On Tano's leg!
Everyone calm down. Even if I omit my legs. How many times is this gonna repeat already? It's not too late to cover up disputes after. The trial is over. So now, let's focus on the case, please.
Okay.
So, is it just me and the priest who eventually took the tools?
No, I think so.
That isn't it funny? You guys, all the other kids are suspicious, but Tsurugi Kinjo is not at all.
What? Ich meine, er war auch draußen. Er hat ja die Fäden befestigt. During nighttime. Muss ja, sonst wären sie nicht kaputt gegangen. Sonst wären sie kaputt gewesen.
I'll say this again. No matter how much you claim Akane Tyra was in the kitchen, it's useless without evidence. What do you prove to Tsurugi Kinjo? That a guy attached the thread to a door? Where's the evidence that confirms your actions?
Kinjo?
If you think he's the culprit, in all situations, he can sleep at will. Why is Tsurugi Kinjo not suspicious then?
Do you think I'm the culprit now?
Well, I'm just talking about possibilities. But you know, there's no evidence in your words, do you?
If that's the case, there's no evidence for Tori's testimony, right? The only one who checked these items was Tori. And even though it was just gone the second day, we have no way to check it.
What in place? You can't believe me now?
One moment. If Kinjo's or Tori's words are false, isn't Tyra's alibi also false?
Wait, what? I'm telling the truth here.
Everyone is in disarray. Like they're trying to look for reasons to distrust each other. Even more than in Maki's trial. Has our trust started to break? I don't want this outcome. I'm powerless on my own.
Enough. Considering the true or falsehood of the testimony will change nothing. I believe. The testimonies that has already been appointed is already a testimony worth considering. I like to approach this from the other side of the case.
Kurokawa.
Kurokawa, I think this is the first time I came here that you've said the longest speech.
Kurokawa's right, you guys. Now, don't mind the trivial things. A lot of time has already passed. Focus on the idea of finding the culprit.
Oh, as soon as you finish. Would it be a daybreak till then? I'm already half asleep right now.
You shut up.
Eh.
Yes. It seems that we were so enthusiastic about the killer being liars. As Kurokawa said, let's turn around halfway back and move on.
Okay. I think that would be good. Because I also want to avoid making this call with you guys.
Do whatever you want. To go around halfway? I mean, talking about the identity of the criminal. Are you going to put things aside for a while?
Either way, whether Tyra lied or not, we don't have the evidence. No matter who's right or not. Let's first solve another mystery.
Okay, that's fine too. There's more urgent. It is more necessary. It is to go back too. But even if we go back, what do we do first?
Basically, the same as before. Do you guys recall? The most important thing in this case is the dead body. But decide who the culprit is. Tell me what doubts you have about it. And the path towards the outline of the culprit will look more natural. The body. Tomorrow's body was the most important clue. Let's recall in my memory how Tomorrow's body looked. Nein, bitte nicht. Achso, ich dachte, jetzt kommt ein Bild. Bitte nicht. Das muss nicht sein. Ich hab's gesehen. Sie hatte zwei Schnitte. Sie war blutverschmiert. Und sie hatte was geschrieben. Was gemalt.
How Tomorrow was killed. Let's think about it.
I thought of that before. But first of all, it's the knife, right?
Yep.
Yes, the Murukuma file clearly points this out.
Tomorrow was dead in the Switchium.
Auch richtig.
Why did you go to such place? Where there's not even light?
Is it possible the killer moved it?
Oh Mann, ich hasse, dass es Shift ist, ey.
Anyhow, Tomorrow in some way went to the switch room. Without a chance to resist. Instant death with a knife. It must have been.
Nein. Nicht Instant Death. Sie hatte eine zweite Wunde, die bestimmt davor entstanden ist. Bestimmt. Ah? Ja, okay. 70 nehme ich.
Tori, that's not it. Remember? Tomori's cause of death was obviously the neck wound, but there was another wound.
There was another one?
The stomach wound, that's right.
Right. That's the important point.
His stomach was stabbed? What's important? The killer just stabbed us twice, right?
In general, it is. But think about it. The cause of the neck wound. In this case, for some reason, you stabbed your victim in the stomach and the neck later. You were going to kill on the neck from the start. Why do you want to stab at the stomach first?
The stomach was hit cleanly, but the fatal wound was missed. However, she was killed in the end. Is there something amiss?
Das hat sich fast gereimt.
This is so cruel.
You can probably see it like that. Looking at the case as a whole, it takes something to put into notice.
What? What do you mean something to notice?
Perhaps the fire has something to do with it.
Fire? That's right! It turned out that there was a fire in the switching room.
Yeah. It's also important. You guys, don't you think that the fire happened unnaturally?
That's true. If you see a fuse on the wall, and even a light on the floor, you could see it right away.
So, are you saying that the killer started the fire for some reason? Is there any reason to do that?
This is also a question that doesn't really matter. Is the power room okay? I'm sure the switch room is a really important place for it. The big deal if it gets damaged.
Well, it's a really big place. It's cool. Of course the wire was there. Fortunately, what if because the fuse line was laid to burn only the walls? But... no, I was supposed to not speak right. What you say now? It was laid to only burn the wall?
Oh, it was kind of puzzling after all. There was such a big fire, but the most body didn't burn at all.
Only the ball, without touching the machines or the body. Was there something on the walls?
If it's the wall, what else was there?
Huh. A wall. There's something on the wall. In the switching room. There's nothing coming to mind. Wait. Looking back at it, there was a line passing by it too. It was on the wall of the switch room, along with something else. Broken Glass Window. Ja, oder? Ich würde sagen, das läuft übers Glas. Vielleicht um das Glas warm zu machen, damit es platzt. What was on the wall of the switch room? There's only one thing left. The glass window.
The glass window?
That big glass window, but wasn't it broken by the time we arrived? Oh, well, it turns out that when Kinjo and the others brought the fire extinguishers, but at the fire, didn't they see they had something cracking or breaking inside?
Wir wollten glauben, dass der Schuldige entkommen ist schon. That's right. At that time, I thought it was the sound of someone in the switch room breaking the windows. And going outside. I asked Uehara to check the entrance of the power room.
In the end, no one was seen.
Wait a minute. If the only thing on the wall of the switching room is the glass window, the culprit's purpose was to burn the window?
Well, I think I heard this somewhere. When the glass is heated, it becomes fragile.
And the killer set fire to the switch room after killing Tamori. And broke the fragile glass in the window while everyone put out the fire and take revenge of this to escape.
Wait, isn't that weird? If that's the case, all you have to do is heat up the window and break it. There's no reason to do a big job by setting the whole wall on fire, raging for no reason, right?
It's possible it was used as my smoke screen. Actually, O'Hara tried to check the entrance, but didn't he say he couldn't see anything because of the smoke? Wow, that's too complicated.
Finde ich auch. Ich muss meinen Kopf abschalten. Im nächsten Part machen wir weiter mit dem Class Trial. Ich habe noch keinen Plan, was es ist. Ich hoffe, wir finden es raus. Bis nächstes Mal dann. Ciao.